Welcome to another episode of Plug Talk 4. First one of the new year. Got my homeboy Retro with me. Introduce yourself, Retro.
Retro, coming out of Long Beach, California. Fucking with the boy Plug Talk. Starting this new year off right. On some different shit. Bringing you the content that everybody looking for. You feel me?
Absolutely. Man, I ain't even gonna hold you, man. It's been a nice spark to the new year. Courtesy of your boy, Katt Williams. What can I say about this, man? You want to lead off, man?
He the 2024. He the first nigga to break the internet already.
Okay,
that's first and foremost.
Okay, yeah. I'll give you
He
that.
broke that bitch and it ain't even the 7th yet. Katt Williams, man, what can I say? For one, he one of my top 5 comedians of all time, first and foremost. Always
top
have
5?
Yeah, top 5, bro. I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from nobody. You feel me? I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to think, would he be in my top 5 though?
Well, just think about it. We talked about it earlier. Red Fox. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so we said not top 5. We talking top 5 of all time.
All time, bro.
Not top 5 alive right now.
Not top 5 alive. Top 5 comedians of all time, bro. Just think about who all did stand up. Bernie Mac. You know what I'm saying? He was fly.
I don't know if I can put him in my top 5.
Harris, he was fire. Like you said.
Robin Harris, that was his name for Baby X Kids.
Robin Harris, he was fire. Then you got Richard Pryor, he was fire.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of them, who else was fire that you could think about?
From that era?
From any era. We talking about Kevin Hart,
Eddie Murphy has
D.L.
to be.
Hughley.
Eddie Murphy has to be.
He's in my top 5.
Okay, so give me your top 5.
Eddie Murphy, D.L. Hughley, Mike Epps.
This your top 5 of all time?
Hey, man, you asked me a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Mike Epps, Katt Williams, Kevin Hart.
Yeah, that's totally different from my 5 for sure.
Give it a go.
I'm just trying to figure, Kate, if I could is it possible to put Kevin Hart in that top 5, man?
That's like asking, is it possible to put Kobe in the top 5?
No, it's not. He's more of like an Allen Iverson, if you ask me. And Allen Iverson doesn't make a lot of people's top 5, so you're talking all
Who's
time.
like an Allen Iverson? Kobe?
Katt Williams.
Oh, man.
When it comes to
man.
That's not a knock. I mean, we talking about Allen Iverson, dog. Like, nah,
he's one of the top 75 greatest.
What I'm saying is he's one of. I'm gonna go with Richard Pryor number 1, off the top. I'm gonna go Dave Chappelle number 2, for sure.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, to me, Richard Pryor and Dave Chappelle are arguably the best I've ever seen to do stand-up. I mean, like, I can watch Dave Chappelle stand-ups 100 times and know him by heart and still be entertained every fucking time, bro. I'm going to have to go Red Fox number 3. I damn near go Bernie at 4. And then that 5 slot, man, could arguably, be a couple of guys, bro.
Who?
Chris Rock. I love Chris Rock's stand, bro. That nigga is dope. Katt Williams could be right there. Shit, man. I know it's some people I'm overlooking right now. Eddie Murphy, bro. Eddie Murphy would have to be right there at that 5, man. For me, he would have to be at that 5.
He in my top 5 for sure.
Yeah, he would have to be. That's not saying that I'm going to say that he don't deserve to be on some people's list as a top 5er of all time. I just don't think he makes my list the top 5. He's definitely making the top 10, though, for sure. but I don't know about top 5. But nevertheless, out of interviews, it's probably top 5 of all-time interviews I've ever seen as far as the content he gave up in that motherfucker, man. What do you think of... Well, first off, I want to say this. As far as that interview went, he shot shots at a lot of people. Most of those people at this point have responded, but ain't none of them debunked or checked his receipt and say this receipt wasn't no good yet. Mm-hmm. They shooting they little shots back, little comedic shit, cracking a little joke or something. But you ain't said if this shit is true or not.
Right.
I think said it addressed the joke, saying he didn't steal it, it was his. But, I mean, we checked the receipts. He did this shit on Comic View before you did Kings of Comedy.
Definitely checked the receipts. And your boy definitely told the whole joke, but just switched a couple of parts around.
Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of comedians that have done that, though. I don't know if you would really consider that joke stealing. Because, like I said, it seems like all the comedians take a little something from each other. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody once told me before, even though I heard it in the movie too, but I've heard this phrase: good artists borrow, great artists steal.
Man, that's a fucked up saying, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I would hope not to believe that, bro.
But can you... Even though somebody probably just made that up, is there some truth to it, though? It has to be, right? Because I done seen a whole bunch of people steal other people's shit, no matter if it's swag, rhymes, lines in a movie.
Well, I mean, I think, especially in the last 20 years, hell yeah, we seen more stealing, biting, and remixing than ever.
Man, we done seen more biting than... We heard about pit bull attacks, nigga.
Man, listen, it's a lack of creativity out there.
I believe so. I believe so.
Yeah, I think in the current day, it's become normal. You know, like in our era, listening to rap music, bro. If we ever found out that a nigga wasn't writing his shit, that would be the last time you listen to that nigga.
You definitely wouldn't buy no more CDs.
Yeah, nowadays you got some of the top artists that they're trying to say of this era, and these niggas don't write but about 3 songs off their album. If that, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just think a lot of things are normalized today that, you know, years ago would have never been, it would have been frowned upon. And I think the time period that they talking about, especially when it comes to the Said the Entertainer and Katt joke, that time they talking about, that was frowned upon to ever take somebody else's material and remix it or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was definitely frowned upon.
And like Katt said, that he thought, Cedric the Entertainer thought that he was a lower tier comic. So when Cedric went to the show and stole his joke, he didn't think that nobody was gonna know. That he wasn't expecting for that to ever come up, is what I'm trying to say. Even though it came up now, it actually came up before, but he wasn't expecting nobody to know that he stole that joke.
Well, I mean, does that make it okay to do it though? Like, let's say this was a bottom tier nigga, right, that never blew up. Does it make it okay for somebody on Ced's level to take this man's joke and then never acknowledge him? You don't go back and give him a bag. You don't be like, you know, hey, good looking out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, does that justify it?
It doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. But I've heard out here in Hollywood, they snake each other all the time.
They absolutely do. But you can fuck around and snake the wrong person, you see what happened to your ass. And that's why that nigga did what he did, bro, if you ask me. And I think he waited for the perfect time. He was sitting back for the last few years, shining up his weapons like, you know, I'm going to come back and get these niggas. And that's from Ice Cube to vouch for basically him writing and we're adding extras onto the Money Mike character. So not saying that he didn't say Katt wrote the whole script for the character of Money Mike. He said the script was already written, but Katt Williams added on to it and put his touch to that shit.
I believe it. It makes sense.
Everybody, so all his receipts for everything he's saying about these niggas, when you And we all seen it, bro. We've all been on the internet the last couple of days. Y'all all seen the memes. We seen all these comedians' wives.
Right.
They all light skinned, look alike. It's almost like everything that's hit the internet that we've seen catering to this interview. It's almost like he looked that shit up himself before he went on that interview, bro.
Damn.
Cause it all lines up. Now they got the picture with all these cats' wives. You see their wives. You see, just like he said, you ain't never seen none of these women on no interviews. You ain't never seen them predominant in nothing. But all these niggas got this choking light-skinned chick. Then we seen a listing of all the black comedians that have been in movies in dresses.
Right.
All of them. Even some of the top-notch actors from Will Smith to Ving Rhames, Wesley Snipes, bro. These niggas that ain't comedians all been in dresses.
Wesley been in the dress?
Hell yeah. Well, on the one little Western cowboy style movie he did, bro, with the two white dudes. They was all in dresses.
Oh, wow.
They was riding around in drag for a minute. Performing at shows on I forget the name of the movie, man, but yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And who else you said was the other
Ben Raines, bro. Big ass Ben Raines, and nigga hopping around with Tyrese's mama on Baby Boy. That nigga, bro.
Yeah, what movie was that he had the dress on?
But I don't remember all the movies. I'm just, we seen the shots with him with the dress on, bro.
I know Martin had the dress. Jamie Foxx had the dress. Kevin Hart had the dress. Ricky Smiley had the dress.
It wasn't a period with Martin for real. There's very few films, bro. Even when you get down to his show, he played several women characters on the Martin show.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was thinking about first is Mama Payne and Shanae.
And Shanae was a damn near regular on that motherfucker, my nigga, because she stayed right across the hall.
Thanks.
Then he did Big Mama's House as far as movies go. You feel what I'm saying? So, and then my thing is this, right? For all the naysayers and all the people who don't really look at this Hollywood shit for what it is, how many times do we got to see a black man emasculated in a dress and y'all think this shit is funny? They got a list on I seen it on Facebook, bro. They have a list of all these actors and comedians all the way down in dresses. It's almost 30 different actors and comedians, right? That's 30 different times we seen a black man in a dress, and half of the shit we ain't even watched.
Let me ask you a question.
So but I'm saying, so how amusing is this? How many times is it gonna be done over and over before people start to really sink in that maybe what this nigga Katt is saying is true? Maybe the shit that we've been hearing about these men being put in dresses, Dave Chappelle said it years ago on Oprah shit. Maybe this shit is true. How many do we need to see, bro?
Right.
I ain't never seen Brad Pitt in no dress.
You took the words right out of my mouth. You supposed to let me ask you the motherfucking question first.
Hey, what my great minds think alike. What you want me to do?
You got it. Go ahead.
What you want me to do, man?
Okay. How many Caucasian actors have you seen wearing a dress?
None of the predominant ones, bro.
Only one that I can think of. I'm pretty sure you know him too.
Who?
Robin Williams, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, okay, so this is the thing, right? So, and I don't want to offend anybody when I say this, so, but I'm just going to keep it 1,000, but it's the only way I know how to do it. I don't know how to change my delivery or none of that. I don't care to. Bro, I think the white men that have been in dresses in movies either really literally thought it was funny or they're fruity anyway. So, okay, if that's the narrative for them, should I keep the same narrative for us?
Is 2 + 2 4?
I ain't never seen a black man in a dress that I laughed at. Not near one of they shit. The closest one to it being funny to me was probably Shanae on Martin, bro. And you got to remember when Martin was out, when this show was actually airing, man, I'm like 12, 13 years old, bro. So I'm not looking at I'm not looking at things the same way I would look at it as a grown man, bro. You know.
Right.
I think to a child, seeing a man dress up and act like and do the mannerisms of a woman could be funny to a child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you never seen none of that shit funny. Not the Chris Tucker in the dress, Fifth Element.
Hell
you
no.
never seen that as being funny. Mrs. Doubtfire. Big Mama's House, not funny at all.
None of that shit.
Mama Pain.
I ain't like none of the clumps when Eddie Murphy was playing women. I didn't like none of that shit, bro. Hercules, everybody else thought that shit. I did not think that shit was funny, bro. I didn't think none of that shit was funny, bro. It's to me, get a woman who's funny to do that. What makes, I know this is a man.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I know this is a man. That shit's not funny to me. I'm a grown ass man. That's not humorous to me at all. It's not humorous and then, like I said, D, Retro, how many times, bro? How many times do we have to see this over and over again before we start to see that it's a pattern to this?
Right.
And usually either one or two things happen. After somebody do this, their career is over with, or they're new, and after they do this, their career blows up.
That is true because it's two people it didn't work out for that put on the dress. Mm-hmm. Brandon T. Jackson.
Yep.
And Ricky Smiley.
Yeah.
Everybody else fall in that 95 percentile range.
I think a lot of that. So when you look at those two, right? Brandon, when you look at him and Ricky, right? I think out of everybody who's put on the dress, these are probably the least talented actors out of everybody we're talking about. So can that be fair to say?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what would be Hollywood purpose of putting all these black men in a dress?
For one, it's symbolism, and a lot of the shit that they do, you know how that's how Hollywood get down. So when you take some of these, you gotta think about it, bro. Like Wesley Snipes has played like superheroes and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta think Ving Rhames, a big black dude, big gangster in Pulp Fiction. He was the killer, but he getting tapped in the butt on that shit. Now that I think about that, like, damn, bro. There's a lot of suspect shit going on with these black male actors and comedians, bro, that to me is not art. It's not art. So what I'm saying is I think Hollywood is doing it because one, either they did it to him. Two, I put you in this dress in front of the whole world. I'm making a statement about how I control you. And to me, there can't be no other reason. There's no way. I'm with Dave Chappelle on this. There's no way you find that funny. And if all the greats have done it before me, then it damn sure can't be that funny now to do it again.
Would you consider white chicks funny?
Hell no. Hated white chicks. It was corny as fuck. I understand that wasn't the type of movie that would be made. I'm not the audience for that type of movie anyway. I'm not the audience that you would want. You're not going to promote that movie to people that I grew up around. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know most of us watch that shit, I gave it a shot and I was just like, yo, I hate this shit, bro.
Madea movie.
I don't like nothing from Tyler Perry. Bro. And goddamn, Katt hit the nail on the head with him. Like, you hardly ever see this motherfucker outside the dress.
Katt said that this motherfucker right here can't play a male. And that's true because he does have Why Did I Get Married? Why Did I Get Married Too? And he has Alex Cross, right?
He was terrible.
And in all three of those movies, he still sounded like Madea, bro.
He was terrible. As a man, he's terrible. He's a terrible actor. Let's be 100. Has he ever sold you on a masculine man ever? In any of those movies?
He hasn't sold me on. I've never been to a Tyler Perry movie. Of course, your female or whoever will want to go watch it, but that's just something that she'll probably have to do on her own. Because I don't want to spend an hour and 45 minutes watching this nigga act like a female that's supposed to be something that represents your grandmother. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So by that being said, no, I didn't like that. I didn't support that neither, bro. So I'm just asking you questions because the more that we talk about it, the more I think about how many blacks put dresses on, and that is outrageous.
Yeah, it is. It is. And then let's hit this here. Do you think Kevin Hart is really a plant?
What do we mean by plant?
Exactly what he said. So they have no. We live in LA, bro. We here. I go to the Comedy Store. I go to D-Ray's Monday nights over there on off of Melrose, and so I know what they mean by these guys being there all the time and doing shows. They have no resume of Kevin Hart ever being out here doing anything comedy wise, and then like Katt Williams said, within less than a year you got Soul playing in a sitcom. These niggas been out here rocking these motherfuckers for years trying to get a name for themselves.
Okay.
You know how long I've known Craig Smith, the comedian? We know Freeze. We know how much work these niggas have put in at these type of venues, bro. Yeah. Corey Holcomb. None of them niggas got a show in a year. None of them was a star of their own movie in a year.
Eddie Griffin?
No. Eddie Griffin had been doing comedy. And he got put on with Malcolm Jamal Warner. That's the first time I ever seen Eddie Griffin not doing stand-up. That's the first time I seen him on the show.
Uh-huh.
What was the name of that show? Was it
Malcolm and Eddie?
Yeah, Malcolm and Eddie. Yep, Malcolm and Eddie. Yep.
And Freeze was on there. He was the mechanic.
On there. Yeah. I mean, but you know, this nigga done been around since House Party. I mean, these niggas, it's a resume that you see the paper trail that follows these dudes. The more we go back, the more you be like, oh yeah, they was on this, and then yeah, they did that, and then there is no history of this cat, bro.
So what was the sitcom that Katt Williams was talking about that Kevin Hart had after Soul Plane?
I don't know. I can't remember. The next thing I remember after Soul Plane was Paper Soldiers, the shit he was doing with Rockefeller.
Dame did say he put Kevin Hart in one of his first movies, right?
Mm-hmm. So that's those are the two things that the earliest remembrances I have of Kevin Hart.
So you don't think Kevin Hart paid his dues? You think they just planted him there?
All I'm saying is if we could show the resume for all these other guys paying their dues, where's his?
I mean, I would think that Kevin Hart has one. All the stand-ups that he did before he started doing all these movies in Hollywood.
Where did he do these stand-ups at?
I don't know where he did them at, but there's mad movies, though.
Obviously, Kevin Hart's saying, Katt Williams is saying he ain't doing here. So where'd he do them at?
I mean, you don't necessarily have to do all your shows in California, do you?
I mean, shit, show me another way for these comedians. How else can you transition from being seen there and possibly get a role in a movie?
AJ Johnson was in fucking...
AJ Johnson been on Uptown Comedy Club and all type of shit, BET dating back to the early 90s, bro.
So Kevin Hart don't have no resumes, nothing like that?
Where, bro? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I don't know.
If you can't think about it, and we've all watched comedy, bro. We always watched the Def Comedy Jam and all that shit back in the day. Where was it start?
To be honest, I thought his start was Soul Plane.
I mean, obviously it was, but what before that? How do they make you the star of a movie and your ass ain't never did nothing before?
Yeah, but that wasn't no major motion picture. That was a low budget movie. That was just like 3 Strikes in the Wash and shit like that.
Of it though.
I mean, Dr. Dre was the star of the Wash.
It's Dr. Dre. You knew who Dr. Dre was.
How did he get his first acting role?
Nigga, he was already NWA's fakest gangster. Nigga. You know what I'm saying?
So it's safe to say that he got his acting role on wax. Because everything that he rapped about, he wasn't living like that.
You a motherfucking asshole for that. But I'm gonna say this. He already had a career.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Just like Ice Cube already had a career.
Definitely.
And then they transitioned into other shit. What was Kevin Hart's career before Soul Plane?
That I might have to do some more research on.
Please do. We'll follow up on that.
I definitely do some research on that.
Because that's the thing. To me, the Hollywood shit itself, because I know it's real. Of a lot of shit he's talking about.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of the doubters about this shit.
You've been at them parties, you know what's going on.
Yeah, I've seen some shit I probably should have never seen. You know what I'm saying?
Don't say it on here though.
I'm not about to Katt Williams. Nobody, because I might need a nigga for an interview or something, man. Right. So I ain't trying to really, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say nothing about you niggas, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Your secrets are safe with me, at least for now, nigga. Don't piss me off, nigga. Right. You know what I'm saying? But to me, other than the things that he was saying about Hollywood, the thing that stood out to me the most was that Kevin Hart statement, bro. Because I'm just like, damn. When I thought about it, I'm like, I don't remember never seeing this nigga on BT, Def Comedy Jam, none of the stand-up shit you see all these niggas on back in the day. And like, oh, that was him. I don't remember this nigga before Soul Plane and Paper Soldiers. That's the earliest things I can remember of Kevin Hart. And then the next thing you know, he's the biggest so no comedy trail, right. Movies, then back to comedy. When we ever seen that happen? Like Katt Williams said, you've never seen it happen before him, and you ain't seen it since.
So when Katt Williams say that he's the plant, does he mean that he's Katt Williams' substitution? Because Katt Williams was hot first, and then when they start saying all that shit about him in Hollywood, then here comes Kevin Hart. So is it safe to say that he was planted there to substitute everything? Because you know what the saying is,
I see what you're getting.
You see what they say when you ride the bus and somebody get up, somebody's going to sit in your seat, right? Like when you get up, somebody else is going to sit in that seat. So do you think that because Katt Williams didn't want to sit in that seat, they placed Kevin Hart in that seat?
I think that they have to have gatekeepers to keep control, an extra set of eyes to see things when they're not looking. And I think it wasn't necessarily to replace Katt Williams, but it was to make sure they had somebody they can control at the level Katt was, and maybe even beyond where Katt can get to, which Kevin has definitely made it beyond where Katt has ever made it to. You know what I'm saying? I guess that would be safe to say. As far as the movie career goes, I still don't think he's done more tours and shows than Katt Williams had. This nigga got a resume from hell when it comes to stand-up comedy, bro. He was putting out shit damn near every year at one point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, he said he's done 19 or 20 of them shows, bro. You know, different tours. So, I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Like, I don't think they put Kevin Hart there to necessarily replace Katt. I think they put Kevin Hart there so he could be the gatekeeper and they can keep out a lot of niggas. I don't think they just trying to keep out Katt. I think they kept Mike Epps out. What happened to Mike Epps' career, bro? And Mike Epps turned out to be a very decent actor, bro. Mm-hmm. The last time I heard of him even getting a call for the role was when they was about to do the Richard Pryor movie. And he's trying to get the Richard Pryor movie. I don't know what happened to that, you know, or who they finally casted for it. But, you know, my thing is this, bro. I can't say, other than some of the stuff in his personal life, like, you know, how long was he in Dayton? Did he really leave his mom and dad at 13 years old? Like, all that shit is, I don't know nothing about. But the shit that he's talking about when it comes to Hollywood and these certain group of people he's talking about, bro, all his receipts check out. That's all I'm saying. All his receipts check out, bro. And I ain't seen none of these motherfuckers rebuttal none of the shit he said about them. I've seen them come back and just say shit to him, tell him he's angry, he mad, he look like Charleston White, whatever. But I ain't seen nobody say what you're saying about me ain't true. This is the truth. Here's my receipt. I ain't seen nobody come with no receipts yet. Steve Harvey said, Faison, none of them. Old girl, Tiffany Haddish, none of them. Why? This was the perfect opportunity to make Katt look as crazy as y'all say, right? Kevin Hart, you said this nigga blew his career because he was doing drugs and shit. This would have been a perfect time to come with them receipts on that nigga, right?
All right.
Yeah. Y'all woke up a motherfucking sleeping giant. That nigga stepped on y'all and y'all heard about that shit. They hurt, bro. And that shit did bigger numbers than anything else so far. And we just got started in this year. Hey, y'all. We gonna close this out, man. The closing words, any final statements, man.
Be yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. Be yourself. And don't go around this motherfucker stealing. Stealing ain't good, bro. Come up, be creative. Come up with your own shit. Pray every day. Have hope. Have a vision. Not somebody else's vision. And don't tell nobody else's life. And don't lie. That ain't gonna get you nowhere. Because when you lie, you gotta keep lying and keep lying and keep lying to cover up the lie. And you lie so much that, you know what I'm saying, you forgot some of the lies that you told.
It's eventually gonna happen for sure. In closing, I'm gonna say this, man. Don't poke a bear and don't expect to get the shit smacked out of you when that bear gets fed up with it. So, you know, karma's a motherfucker, man. Don't do things to other people that you wouldn't want them to do to you, because, you know, tables turn, pendulum swing. You know, that same energy you gave to push something away is gonna come back with twice the force towards you.
Facts.
So be prepared for that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're gonna be the one that, when you're in the position that, you know, you're gonna do things not necessarily the right way. You know? And y'all know the slogan, man. You know, you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck out of here. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this with all your friends. Welcome to 2024, y'all. Peace and blessings from me and the homie Retro D.
Plug Talk.
Plug Talk 4, y'all. We out.